Afternoon, guys. Here we are live at my cock house. This is going to be from a YouTube channel over here. I'm going to discuss the reason I'm out at my cock house today is because I had a squirrel get in my cock house. Left my cock house door open, and a squirrel came in and decided he was going to have a big time, probably had a buffet. And it shows. So I'm going to clean all that up and do a little cock house cleaning while I'm out here, and thought we'd discuss a few things. First and foremost, well, not really first and foremost. I want to discuss some content I've seen over on social media. I was looking in a group. I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't comment or like or any of that. I'm in Facebook jail on social media, and we'll discuss that too later. But I want to talk about this content. There was a man, he made a live stream over on one of the groups, and he's probably the best one I've ever seen him do. And I'm going to say that up front. But I watched about 10 minutes of it, maybe 8 minutes. He was talking about a recessive gene in hens, that a hen will never throw. And he was talking about color. And for like 7 or 8 minutes, all I heard this man discuss was color. And how all the big timers knew it. But the one thing that he was talking about was with his genetics and breeding chickens during the breeding time of the year was the only thing he really talked about was color. Color. In game chickens. Color. Everything he said was probably true. I never paid that much difference to color. But that's just a difference in where my path is taking me and taking people that are like-minded with me. And the paths have taken some other folks. They're concerned with the color of a hen. Anyway, okay, that being said, it was a great presentation he done. I'm not knocking what he done as far as, but I mean, I was just thinking this guy calls this up. I mean, I'll leave it there. Color. I see it so much nowadays that you can tell. You can look at it. I've seen more of it this year than I've ever seen. You see roosters. You know we're bred for color. I love beautiful chickens, and I consider my chickens beautiful, but they wasn't bred for color. We'll talk about genetics just a little bit while we're on it. Here's what I know. If you breed chickens for color, you're going to breed all the other positive qualities out of them. You hear that? She's wanting to come in here. I bet she's got a nest. She won't lay up. I might run her off. Nah, I think she got the hint. She's going to go. But, like, just say, for instance, you had a family of, let's just say you had a family of hatch chickens. I have 2 families of hatch chickens that both do the same thing. They throw light and dark. They threw light and dark when I got them or when my father got them. One bunch I got, one bunch my father got. They threw light chickens, they threw dark chickens. Lemon chickens, dark chickens. They suited me when I got them. And they still suit me today without no added blood. So I didn't line back to a specific color. They had those traits. All the traits they had when I got them, because they suited me, or when we got them, they suited us, it was the traits that we tried to keep. In other words, you got some chickens coming lemon, coming dark. you're more fond of a pretty lemon rooster or a pretty dark rooster, and you go to lining them towards that way over there, and you keep getting away from this other genetic trait over here, pretty soon you're going to ruin your original stuff because you're not stirring up the same genetics. You're aligning just in one direction. So we use color. Once we know through good record keeping, and you know what a chicken is, we use all these other attributes that are more lined up with what a game rooster was intended to do. And not stand in your 3x3 Mexican style pen until somebody gives you $125 and you shove him in a box. That wasn't what God put him here for. He'll go ahead and help you with that one. Okay. That being said, we're gonna get off of it. I'm gonna talk about a little bit. Partly my attitude, the reason and I'm honest with people, is the reason I stay in Facebook jail all the time. What happened this time? We'll go ahead and we'll talk about that. About, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months ago, I got thrown in Facebook jail over something stupid. And I decided to call a bunch of those people that I had a sneaky suspicion that it was coming from. And I did. And I hadn't had any problems. Well, I've made a few posts, just being honest. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you about my post on my public page over on Facebook. I love our sport. I'm telling you guys this from my heart. I love our sport. I've loved it since I was a little kid, and I'll probably love it till I draw my last breath. Okay? I love the people in our sport. I love the game foul community. I consider y'all, we're all one big whole. There's no color. There's no color. I mean, don't worry about color. There's no nationality, no ethnic. We're all one big extended family. And I love the people in this sport so much that I hate to see anybody get taken. So I'm brutally honest. And I hate to see people follow false prophets, and I hate to see people get scammed. And so I'm honest, so it hurts. It offends the people that I am taken from because I'm telling the truth, and they believe that it's hurting their business, because that's the way they make their living, is by the old grind. Anyway, it's okay. If you choose to be that way, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm through. If you want to know about an organization, PM me. My opinion on it and the facts I know. Facts I know. There's never been a GBA ever passed one law. Ever. Not one. Especially anything that was affiliated with a UGBA. Any of the state GBAs off of that. That whole big one. That is fact. They never will. Because that costs money. And that money's coming out of their pocket that you gave them. Okay? That's how they make their living. Okay. That being said, we'll get off of that. That's a fact. If you want to know anything about a GBA that is general knowledge, all you got to do is PM me, and I'll tell you my opinion on it, and I'll tell you what's an opinion of mine and what's a fact, okay? If you want to know about any groups that I may know about that does the right thing and don't get out here and they don't need your money. Don't want it. I'll tell you that too. Who I support. Okay? Then you can make your own decisions, or we'll go talk to somebody else. I don't care. But I'm through posting about these guys. And I hate not posting because I know there's one or two people, you young guys, that you don't understand the way this works. And would you get out of here? A little around in here and trying to come. She kind of get on the camera. You better get your little ass out of here. Get. Solve that, don't we? Close the door. We're going to stop doing all that. Those people have chosen to hurt me because I'm trying to help you. Game foul community. The real game foul community. By broadening knowledge. Okay? Trying to help out the chickens at the end of the day. It's about the chickens. And the people that, truly care about it, they're about the chickens. So we're going to stop that. They got me locked up in jail, 30-day stint. What happened was, little old boy, one of their little old trolls out of that little group of people, and they know who they are. And there's a bunch of them. Had been following me. Well, he come on one of my posts. He went to calling out their names on my post. I hadn't called out anybody's names. I hadn't mentioned any organizations. I hadn't did anything. All I said was the post said, one day you're begging for phone calls. The other day we're having auctions. Feel like a dog chasing his tail. I said that. That was the entire post. This guy comes on there and starts calling out names. Evidently, he knows something I don't know or anybody else don't know, or something that he already knows. What he assumes is what I'm talking about. So I made a little old statement on there, you mad? And I called him by his name. I said, because if you are, it's probably because the truth usually makes it that way. It usually makes you get mad. I just told him bye and I blocked him because I didn't want him. He didn't need to be following me. He's not a friend of mine. He has his opinion set, And so about 2 or 3 days later, I get locked up. Or maybe it was a week later. No, I got locked up like the next day, and then a week later, this guy comes out with some post. He had screenshot that and was talking about what a bucket of MFers I was. You know what I mean? He don't even know me. You know what I mean? Never has knew me. And I was wagging around Gamecocks when he was a thought in his, parents' mind, and probably before. So I ain't worried about that. That's stupid, but that's how it happened. So then they just on and on. And there's several of them, especially my boys up north up here, and you know who you are. Y'all butthurt with me. I know you butthurt with me because you got taken. You got taken for a ride. And you've been taken for a ride, and you're probably still getting taken for a ride, but you refuse to accept it. Hell, it's good to you. And them are your peers. You see a lot of these people every day. Not every day, but every month, whatever, week, whatever. And I'm way down here in Texas. What other fellow from Texas done? You know what I mean? And you don't know our business. And then there's one that, he tried to do dirty things on my private group. He's in my private group. And you can tell he got butt hurt. I don't care. But the thing is I don't talk about things like that in my private group. My private group is strictly business about discussing game foul and how to treat game foul. And so it has nothing to do with my political views. It has nothing to do with anything, and I never put it there. And you would think that someone that was wanting to learn would be more worried about his broadening his knowledge than worried about being ass hurt because he'd been taken for a ride by the people he so-called called friends for many years or maybe one day or whatever. And so that's where that went. So I've decided I will not discuss any of these GBA events or any of these political events, even on because this page here is just my private page. It's my personal page. It's my public page. It's me raw with no filter. So I mean, it's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? So that's the way I go through life. You can ask the people that live around me here. They hate me too. Don't feel, if you hate on me, don't feel like you're the only one. I got people that, you know, I've known 40 years, less than 5 miles of it, hate my guts because I call it like I see it. You know? Most people can't handle the truth, like in the movie. Can't handle the truth. I mean, don't ask me a question you don't want to answer. If you don't like the way I feel about things, unfollow me, unfriend me, block me. But I'm going to tell you the truth because I got to look at me at the end of the day. That being said, that's what happened. And, you know, the little boy that tried to mess up my private group, I know who you are. I do know who you are. And I know exactly, you know, who you are now. That being said, hope you have a wonderful weekend. Let's talk about breeding. Had a guy tried to buy a rooster from me not long ago. Offered me more money than God would imagine for this rooster. The reason I didn't sell him is because my son was sitting there shaking his head. Every time I try to make eye contact with my boy was like. As soon as we got out of there, my boy said, "You gave that man that rooster. He'd have bred him to everything he had because people don't pay that much for a rooster they ain't going to breed. To everything they got." Took that rooster, brought him home. A couple of days later, showed up, presented him to my boy. He did the same thing that other fellow was going to do. He bred him to everything he owned. The difference is the babies are at our house, not at somebody else's. So I don't have to look at them. If I want to look at them, I can go outside and look at them. I don't have to worry about looking at them somewhere else. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Just facts. We talked a little bit about genetics and chickens. You need to know more about genetics and chickens, feel free to contact me. Like I said, color is probably the least thing you need to worry about if you're planning on maintaining a family. There's a lot of qualities more important than color at the end of the day. I've seen a lot of trash kids look like rainbows. Leave it right there. God bless. Y'all have a good day.